Yeah, now.
Let's do it now. Hello everyone, welcome back to the GT Sport League here at Gavra Racing. We're here for round 3 and the first sprint race concept here at Fuji. But more importantly, I'm actually joined by a commentator tonight.
Hello, I'm back again. We are back for Fuji. It's round 4, I think. No, 3.
3.
It's round 3, and today we have a little special race coming. Now you can explain it because I don't know what it is.
Great. So yeah, we have the first sprint and feature race concept. We have a 20-minute sprint race, with a reverse championship grid. Everyone's saying that we are starting soon in the chat, which we are. We are starting very soon, guys. I can assure you of that. But after the sprint race, we will have a 40-minute feature race. It won't be 40 minutes. I think it's 26 laps, about 40 minutes. So it equates to the usual hour we have. And yeah, only points for the feature race. It's kind of similar to F2, except we have the reverse championship order rather than the reversed top 8. And everyone's confirming that we are starting soon. So, let's start this race.
Here we go.
We will be beginning very shortly.
Is there a qualifying?
The championship is the qualifying. Effectively, the sprint race is the qualifying.
Straight into a race.
Straight into the race. It's a reverse championship grid, which means Rick Holt.
I can't spectate.
Rick Holt's on pole position, followed by Aston in second, Webson's in third, Thunder in fourth, Pierre in fifth, Wiggly in sixth, Manuel in seventh, Bonnie in eighth, Dan in ninth, Atim in 10th, Finn in 11th, and then the rest of the grid forming towards the back. Let me get all this stuff up. And you can see there on the screen we have 3, 4, 5 red lights, and for the first time we can see the lights go out, and it's away we go. We have half the grid on mediums, half on softs, as whatever tyre you finish this sprint race on will be the tyre you start the feature race on. It's a good start from Rick Holt, who takes the lead going into turn 1. It's 3, 4, 5 wide. That looks like Tim diving it down the inside. It's 5 wide with Tim, Manuel, Bonnie, Dan and Wiggly going into turn 1, but it's Piero who leads the way. And that's Finn at the back. You can see him there careering off into the grass. Unfortunate for him, but he will have a chance to redeem himself in the feature race as Piero leads Rick Holt up into down to second place. Sorry, Thunder and Aston, the two teammates, going wheel to wheel as Bonnie and Atim now going wheel to wheel behind the two of them. Can Rick Holt challenge Piero into turn 5? I think it is. Can't quite make anything of it just yet as it's tight. Bonnie going down the inside. Tim being pushed wide. Toussaint and Manuel going wheel to wheel. Tiger going wheel to wheel with someone as well. I couldn't quite see who it was. But overall, I think it's a pretty clean start despite the unfortunate events.
He's going to go down the inside of Dan Snyder. He tries to defend, but he tries to cut the course. He's going to go free abreast into that chicane. And here we go, up the kill. And Emmanuel makes a move across 2 people.
Really good move from Manuel. Puts himself up into 6th place. Toussaint going to try and get the move done on Dan Schneider, who goes a little bit defensive. Toussaint goes going to try and dive one down the inside, and Usain Webson's has spun.
And again.
Let's just get a quick replay. Oh, we can get a replay mid-spin. Great, thanks for that game. But going back up to the top of the grid, we've got Piero leading the race, followed by Rick Holt, Bonnie, Aston, Thunder, Tim, who's been closely followed by Manuel, Toussaint in 8th, Dan in 9th, Dutchy in 10th, Tiger in 11th, Wiggly in 12th, Finn in 13th, and Webson in 14th after their mistakes. But we might have a change for the lead as Rick Holt decides to back out of that move. Anyone else going for moves? Dutchy's going to send one down the inside of Dan Schneider. Isn't quite close enough though, was late on the brakes, but the gap wasn't quite there. And Rick Holt's actually got the lead from Piero, so a poor exit from the Frenchman. Conceded the position to Rick Holt.
Yeah, I think he made a switchback or some sort. Bonnie will up into 3rd place now. And he's going to look for a move on Piero. Try around the outside, just backs out. And here's Thunder. Oh, Thunder gets hit from the rear. He goes really wide. Emmanuel's now up to 5th.
Ooh, it was a really weird collision. It didn't look like anyone hit him on the replay cameras. Must have been a little bit of lag, but Piero now down to 3rd place as Bonnie gets the move done around the outside into the hairpin, the very technical 3rd sector that is the Fuji International Speedway. I think this track's kind of like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. It's, I'd say, mixed opinions for a lot of these drivers on the grid.
I like it, but I hate Marmite.
Toussaint going to try and dive one down the inside of Tim. The battle for 6th place between the two Lexuses, and Toussaint gets the move done, places himself up into 6th place. That would look like Dan Schneider going wide, or it's Tiger sending one down the inside and getting the move done, putting a car in between him and Dutchy, though Dan with a beautiful exit, getting the traction absolutely spot on. He's in the slipstream of Tim here.
Dan and Tiger going wheel to wheel now, and Tiger's got some real straight line speed. Slipstream. Well, he's not even in the slipstream. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Now Dan slowly.
Here comes Dutchy though.
Tiger sends one. Tiger sends one.
Gets the move done. Dutchy might try and follow him through on the inside. Two Dutchmen fighting away for what is 9th place in this race so far. We've got 16.5 minutes left to go. Can Dan Schneider keep this position down the inside? Dutchy's going to swoop one round the outside, and a beautiful move puts him up into 9th place in this race.
Yeah, already we're seeing a lot of overtaking compared to the normal races we have, so the sprint race is getting really entertaining. And Ricard picks up an 8/10 penalty.
Ricard currently running in 2nd place, hasn't scored points in this championship, missed the first race, disconnected in the second, is currently leading the sprint race. No points for the sprint race, sorry, currently 2nd place in the sprint race. Bonnie's leading the race. No points for the sprint race though. Toussaint looking for a move on Manuel. Can he get it done? Tim might try and follow him around the outside. Manuel's going to try and hold his position to the inside, which means Toussaint's going to have the inside for the next corner. Tim though's going to try and set himself up, as these two are still going to go wheel to wheel. It looks a bit of carnage in the back, as Tiger's going to send one on Tim, and they're almost 3 wide. Dutchy there on the outside as well. Tim looking for a move on the inside.
Of Toussaint.
This contact.
A half spin, and Toussaint drops down 4 positions now. Yeah, that's 4 positions gone from that half spin from a little bit of contact with Manuel.
This is going to be, it's going to go at least 3 wide going into turn 1. We've got Manuel defending from Tiger, Dutchy's defending from Dan, Tim, and a Red Bull. Here goes Tiger now down the inside of Manuel.
Oh, they both
contact. Dan Schneider getting the move on Tim. Toussaint making contact with Tim. There's too much to try and watch here.
Dutchy almost got spun round there.
Dutchy's now up into 5th place. Tim's up. The Tiger's now down to 10th. And what is happening in this race? I'm trying to find all the action. Thunder getting involved in 11th place here. Tiger didn't get any damage from that collision. I think Manuel tried to switch back, but hit the rear of the Nissan.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of crazy overtakes in the first few laps, and I can't wait till the second race start. Here
goes Tim and Toussaint battling away. Tim's got a good run, less than a 10th separate the two. Will he just decide to send one? Doesn't, thinks smartly about it, and that's Wiggly sending one on Thunder. These two had a crash last week in Sardinia, and it looks like Wiggly has been able to get the move done up into 11th place. Tiger getting a bit loose on the exit, but overall it's actually a really close contested grid.
Yeah, it is, and Dan Schneider goes a little bit
Manuel's
wide.
Run wide.
Back on the track.
Manuel's lost it. Can he save it on the grass? He somehow is able to keep it on the track.
Makes it past Manuel. Couldn't do it last time, but he's a bit of a spin there, similar contact.
Tim with a beautiful move.
Toussaint managed to pick up most position. I think it was 9th last lap from that half spin.
Yeah, Toussaint making up ground. Tim threading the needle between the two to get himself up into 7th place after Manuel's mistake. That looks like Wiggly looking for a move on Dan Schneider. Tim, can he look for a move on Toussaint? Nothing quite just yet. But just to add, while the action's sort of calmed down, the tyres that the drivers do on this sprint race, they must start the feature race on. And in the feature race, you have to use the medium tyres. Whether you double stack for fuel and stay on the mediums, it's up to them. Let's just have a quick look. Everyone but Aston, I think. Aston on soft tyres, currently running in 4th place.
Oh yeah, Aston 4th place on tyres, yeah. I think he's prioritising that grid position more. And we'll see if he can gain anything from those. He's going blue sectors. And see if he moves. Tim goes down inside of Toussaint. And Toussaint's going to hold the inside. Tim's trying to go around the outside. And here we go to this right-hander, really tricky, to late braking, late apex. And Toussaint goes into the end of the curb, still going wheel to wheel. This is good racing. And Toussaint just holds it up. I think Tim was going to go down for a move on the inside, yeah. Oh, never mind. He's going to attack in turn 1.
Yeah, I think he thought better about it. Tiger as well getting a good run. We could be seeing a 3 wide moment going into the first corner between these three. Fair and respectable racing between Tim and Toussaint after the earlier collision down at the final corner, but Tim pulls alongside.
Tiger.
But it's not over yet because Tiger might make this 3 wide. He's going to bump draft his teammate.
Gives his teammate a little bit of boost.
Team orders going into turn 1. Who's going to come out on top though? Tim with the inside line. Can Toussaint try and swoop one round the outside? He doesn't want to run wide onto that AstroTurf, and both positioning their cars nicely. And Tim gets up into 6th place.
Yeah, the AstroTurf is so dangerous, especially going wheel to wheel. You can just spin and lose the car any moment, like I did last season in that last corner twice in a row.
Yeah, I have memories of getting on that curve a few times. Thankfully, it ended not as horrific as it has
if we
for
don't
you.
see any of these drivers, I'm sure they're skilled enough to not go on that curve a lot.
Yeah, that
Someone just goes onto the curb straight away. I think someone's sending a move to the distance. It's Dutchy going past Aston. And Dutchy's up to 4th now, starting 13th, I think.
Yeah, Dutchy on a charge. I think the battling between Tim, Toussaint, and that lot that have all got like Toussaint, Rick Holt, Bonnie, Dutchy, Rick Holt, and Bonnie to all extend their lead at the front. The grid between 8th and 9th was separated by 6 seconds, so it's now separated by 5.
This is really good for Dutchy in the championship if the grid starts like this.
Yeah, definitely. He's up into 4th place. His championship challengers down in 7th and 8th. Currently in the slipstream of his former F1 Super League teammate Piero. Going down the start-finish straight and is gaining. You can see the delta starting to go down slightly. I don't think he's close enough to go for a move. I think our closest battle is still for 6th place between Tim, Toussaint and Tiger. Toussaint pulls out to the inside.
Broke really late. He goes a bit wide, and now Dutchy's on him. He's on his rear, and is he going to look for a move on the inside or maybe the outside? He's looking left and right. I think he's just going to back out of this one.
Maintains 4th position for now. Tim, Toussaint and Tiger still in the same positions they started the last lap. We're on lap 7 with 10 minutes to go in the sprint race. We might have about 13 laps in this race, depending on how quick or slow these guys are, how much they want to battle. Dutchy with the fastest lap, but it won't count because there are no points for the sprint race. And he might try and set himself up for a move on Piero. As he does, looks to the inside, he's late on the brakes. Can he get the move done? And I think Piero's going to just concede the position there, and Dutchy makes his way up into the podium positions, but it's just for the grid for the sprint race.
Yeah, clean, good overtakes from Dutchy. He's thinking smart on this one, and it's going to be really, really helpful for him in the feature race because his rivals are down in 7th and 8th right now.
And his rivals continuing to battle away.
It's actually really good for constructors as well, Bonnie and Dutchy.
Yeah, both of them up there, but all the points will be coming later on in the 26th lap race. Toussaint getting a little bit loose on the rear through the S's, the technical section. Lost him a little bit of time to Tim, but he's now in the slipstream. His teammate is closer to him than he is to Tim. But Dutchy is even closer to the back of Rick Holt, and he's now alongside Rick Holt. Can he get ahead of Rick Holt? Not quite, going into turn 1.
Yeah, the battle for 6th place between Tiger, Toussaint and Tim looking much closer than it was last lap. And Toussaint is less than 3/10 behind Tim now.
Yeah, they've got a 2.1 second gap to Aston. They might try and work together, possibly, with the final 8.5 minutes left to go in the sprint race before the feature, as Dutchy and Rick Holt battling away for 2nd place. Dutchy to the outside, becomes the inside and gets the move done up into 2nd place. You can start this man at the back and he will work his way to the front.
Yeah, definitely. And to what's it called? What's the team? Terradata?
Yeah.
Is it that? Terradata Racing, yeah. 1 and 2 right now. This is really good.
Wonder if we'll have any team orders considering Dutchy's lead in the championship, and that's a send from Piero and Rick Holt, making his way up into 3rd place.
Good
move. It was a good move, a little bit of door banging, but
now Rick Holt's
going to try and send one.
Careful on the traction. Good, okay. Because when he goes so to the inside there, the traction is just rubbish.
Speaking of overtakes, Tim's lost 2 positions to the 2 BCMR teammates. Trying to get a quick replay, but we only go back to when he was in 8th place. But is going to get a good run. Tiger's going to get a good run on his teammate. Will we see these 2 battle away in the sprint race? It doesn't look like we are. But Tim might be vulnerable to Dan Schneider. He goes to send one down the inside, and it's a late send, but it's a good send, and gets the move done up into 7th place. They're still going to go wheel to wheel, but Tim is able to get the move through turn 2, which isn't a turn, but is a turn.
Dutchy on Bonnie. And oh, they're making a bit of contact. It's just that corner. I don't know. Dutchy's just going to stay behind. Bonnie goes a little bit wide. Here comes Dutchy through the inside, and now he goes through.
So with we've had 13 minutes, and this man's gone from last to first as Tiger's now battling away, but Tim finds his way back up into 7th place. I'm going to get a quick replay. So on board with Tim, and Tiger's able just to send one down the inside. A little bit of contact.
The lead send from Tim. Oh, down side appears out of nowhere, and he's lost the free.
Tim looking to send one. I think it's getting a little bit heated between these guys now. They've been fighting for 13 and a half minutes straight, and there's been a little bit of contact. I don't think any of these guys are going to try and give this one up without a fight, but Two Saints pulled out a little bit to Tiger behind, which means Tim, there's contact! And I'm sure words are...
This has happened 3 times now.
I'm sure words are going to be said about that, in their respective parties. I'm glad we don't have that playing through the stream, as Tim compromising his run through the final corner down the very long start-finish straight, 0.92 miles. I don't know how much that is in meters, but times it by 1.6 to get into kilometers, whatever.
Yeah.
Deal with the rest. I'm not doing that right now because I can't be bothered. But Dutchy's still kind of under pressure from Bonnie, whether they'll work together or not. The top 5 all separated by 7 tenths between them, roughly.
Yeah, and Giro still keeping on to that 3rd place.
And Aston's up there in P5. This is going to be interesting for the race.
Yeah, Aston did a really good job there holding that P5. He has managed to drop very quickly. I think that softs helped him.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if the front guys are going to, or when they're going to use the softs in the feature race.
Yeah, and Tim and Tiger are going really close now. Tim loses the rear a bit. He has to just drop back a little bit there. But we'll see down into the last corner as it's getting really close and really heated between these two. I wonder if the overtake Tim and Toussaint and Tiger made was a bit dirty. Couldn't really see.
I'm sure the stewards are going to have their verdict on any collisions or any bits of contact that have occurred during this race. But Tim didn't get the best of runs. He's losing a little bit of time as Wiggly and Dan Schneider are now going wheel to wheel. The battle for 10th place, a little bit of contact between the two, but no airborne collision, thankfully, as Manuel's now under pressure from Wiggly. This could go 3 wide into turn 1 possibly. Wiggly in the middle, Dan Schneider sending one late to the inside, and he's gone off to the shadow realm, so far off that he's not even in the screen. That was
massive.
That was quite the send.
The grass, and he's dropped all the way dead last. Webson's dead last actually. But yeah.
When he entered the corner in 9th and found himself exiting in 13th. Not ideal, but Aston has actually...
He's dropped back a bit. He's going... These 3 are really close together again now.
Aston's actually closing the gap to Rick Holt. Might try and put him under pressure. It's these 3. Tim sending one.
From Tim. It's always in the chicanes.
Always in the chicanes.
I can hear the metal of the car just banging. But yeah, nothing too serious at the moment.
Looking at a replay, it wasn't the worst bit of contact we've seen in this race, I don't think. That's what could be my verdict. It was late on the brakes, but it wasn't the biggest of sends. Someone's actually into the pit, so that's Webson's. Might be in for a set of medium tyres if he wants to start the feature race on a set of mediums. Because this is the first sprint race, we had a bit of a grey area where someone said, if I pit for another set of tyres, what do I do in the feature race? So I said, whatever tyres you finish this race on, it will be the race as Aston's actually going to send one down the inside of Rick Holt, soft versus medium. Aston makes his way up into 4th place, puts him in a good position for the feature race as Tim and Tiger continue to battle away, but no position changes there at the minute.
Aston hasn't had the best of races previously, but I'm sure he will do well in this track.
Yeah, the fastest lap currently being owned by Dutchy. Aston on those soft tyres, only 5 tenths off, is in the mediums though, and has cleared a 1.2 second gap to Bonnie behind. The two teammates currently in a 1-2 position, as more teammates in 6th and 7th battling away.
Webson's just singing a bit, just got me bobbing to race.
As there's going to be another send from Tim. This time it's well, it looks a lot more cleaner. Doesn't appear to be a bit more contact. It looks like they are rubbing together through the corner on the curb, almost like F1 2021 curbs in these Group 2 cars. But can Tim secure 7th place? Tiger might try and send one down the inside, but it's a bit too far back, and that promotes Tim up into 7th place. And through all this action, we've only got 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I think this will be the second last lap, maybe.
Yeah, this will be the penultimate lap.
Yeah, second last lap, and there's someone weaving in front. It's Aston trying to break the slipstream, and because Rico was catching up to him, and I'm weaving. But I think that's a safe distance to weave.
There is a lot of
Tiger
weaving.
Now, gaining on Tim. I think Tiger's going to do a late send here. Let's see.
Right on board. He sent one down the inside, and Tim might try and the switch back, but Tiger with an ascend late on the brakes gets back up into 7th place, and Toussaint has caught up to the back of Rick Hulk.
Oh, this is good for Rico, and he only has one lap to catch her, and he gets a 1-second penalty straight away.
Penalty. That could leave him vulnerable to Tiger behind, who's drifting through the medium speed left-hander as he got on to the curb in the grass. Tim also drifting, trying to use up as much track as they can to get the best turn in, but going a little bit too wide. And thankfully, no one died. But Tim late on the brakes, might drive round the outside. These two really going at it in this race. Late on the brakes,
if they will start next to each other next race, it's going to be an interesting one.
Definitely will be. It's quite a long run down to turn 1 as well, which makes anyone sending it down the inside a high possibility, as Dutchy will start the final lap. Some of these guys might not even finish this lap. It's going to be close. Who's going to be able to complete another lap? Dutchy's made it. The top 3 have made it.
I think Rico and Aston will make it past the line.
They're going to be close between Tim though. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, he makes a pass.
Tim just made it.
Wow.
Tim just made it across the line, but it's going to be P9 for Wiggly.
Oh, round the outside goes Aston. And Piero just holding the inside here. Do you want to get in that green AstroTurf? Want to be really careful. Toussaint's going to get really close to this lap.
All this Aston getting a little bit out of shape, tucks into 5th place for now, but from 9th place and below have finished the sprint race and can not start the feature race any higher. But what can Toussaint and Tiger do about this? They are gaining on the back of Aston and Rick Holt. Rick Holt's lost a lot of time to Piero. Toussaint's going to send one down the inside of Aston, and that puts a car between him and BCMR. Toussaint gets a little bit loose on the rear. Tim runs wide onto the AstroTurf. Toussaint with the inside line gets the move done. Aston though, I don't think he's going to give this one up without a fight. What's Tiger going to do? He's going to send one down the inside of Aston, and Aston's losing 2 positions in 2 corners. Tiger getting out of shape. That puts Aston back up into 6th place, but there's still room for Tiger Assassin to get up into 6th place. But all he needs to do now is get a good exit through the final corner. As long, same with Rick Holt.
Jason goes down the inside of Rick Holt. He goes on just this thing, on this curb, not this thing.
They're still going wheel to wheel. It's going to be who gets the best run through the final corner. Toussaint's going to set himself up nicely. This is, are we going to get a drag race to the line? 4 races in a row. Dutchy wins the sprint race, but who's going to qualify in 4th place? Who's it going to be? It's looked like it's going to be Rick Holt.
It's so close.
Oh,
Rick Holt gets it.
Wow, that's the 3rd time in a row that this group have had a sprint race to the line in some fashion, some sort of way. That's the 4th race.
Oh, that was a lot. Now it's
another
race coming. So,
but Dutchy, this is your starting grid. Dutchy on pole position, followed by Bonnie, Piero, Rick Holt in 4th straight, Toussaint, then Tiger, Aston, Tim, Finn, Manuel. I can't remember the rest. But now I've just got to completely redo the entire grid.
For the first time ever, Terra Data Racing will have a 1-2 start.
So 1-2, but no points unfortunately. There was your. That's not the starting grid actually.
I don't know why Aston's left.
Aston's left. Does he know that that wasn't the final race? There's still another race to go, Aston. But we have played actually on pole. Sorry guys about this. This might take a little bit of time. Then it was Bonnie in second. Piero in third. Rick Holt in fourth. 2 St. Len Tiger. Then it was Aston. Then we have Tim. Wiggly. Then Finn. We've got Dan Schneider. Then Aston. Then... oh, where was Manuel? Sorry, Manuel was behind Finn. I think that's the starting grid. Dutchy on pole, followed by Bonnie, then Rick Holt. Bonnie Piero, Rick Holt, 2 St. Tiger, Aston, Tim, Wiggly, Finn, Manuel, Dan Schneider, Thunder, and Websons. There we go. Aston's joined back, so I'm going to have to re-put him in his slot. But some fun facts about this track while we're here. Total length is 2.84 miles, I think. Wow. Elevation change of 131.2 feet, and like I was saying earlier, the longest straight is 0.92 miles.
Amazing.
No idea how many corners there
are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can't count. I think it's 13.
Ah, that would be a good idea to change it from that to that. We got the 26 lap race. Then the tyres go back up. And yeah, these are all the correct settings for the race. Now everyone needs to ready up again because I changed them. Just got word in that somewhere Websons is going to be a little bit late to this one. Just taking a bit of a quick break. So yeah, an interesting race. It's a Nissan 1 to 9, sorry. So a very dominant car appears to be the Nissan.
Yeah. But
yeah, while we're just waiting for all the drivers to ready up again, that was an incredible race. There was a lot of contact though between the likes of Tiger and Tim, but
yeah, 100%. And I think we should go now. Are we ready to go? Ready to go?
Let me check. We've got to wait for Aston to join back and the guys to ready up. Sorry guys, just reminding the drivers of the new rules. This is the first time we've done the sprint race. We're just waiting for Aston to join back. Has he joined back? Not yet. So we'll just leave it on the race results for now. Let's get some conversation going in the chat. Who is here? Why can't I see the chat on my phone? Hello Damien, Black Country, Liam. Misanthropolics, I think that's how you say your name. Hello in the chat. Sorry guys about the delay. Thunder says he's restarting Wi-Fi. I think he means Wi-Fi, but I can't be sure. Can't be certain about that. He's still in the lobby. Just waiting for Aston to join back, and then we should be able to go. Hello, Tom de Bomb, in the chat as well.
Tom de Bomb. me check the chat.
Has Aston joined back?
Where's the chat? Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay.
Okay, Aston's going to be back in 5 minutes, so we've got a little bit of a break in between. We'll give him 5 minutes max, and then we can get this race going. Let's try and spectate. Someone, who's this coming up on track? Is that Piero? It's Piero. Let's get an on-board lap with Piero, seeing as we didn't get to do this in quali. So Piero, if you're watching the stream, don't mess up this lap, because going through the fast right-hand, you want to downshift to 4th gear, picks up a 5/10 penalty, and I think he's backing off this lap, serving the penalty, and has gone off into the shadow round to say hello to the marshals. Tim practicing his start, Bonnie's well practicing their start.
I'm gonna do a lap.
You do a lap.
I'm gonna do a lap, yeah.
Okay, we'll get an on board of a Cryptech lap here.
Oh no!
in Tim's livery.
Like, yeah, Tim's livery. I'm definitely not the imposter, he is. But, it's a good livery, I really like it. Anyways, down to turn 1 we go. I was thinking to take this guy up, but never mind. Oh! Alright. Let's just, oh.
Here we go, Crypt. Show us what you're made of. See this lap. Going into turn 3.
Oh, you wanna... Okay, I was on my lap, I was just gonna slide up. Oh, anyways.
We'll do it anyway, because I don't know if we'll have much time.
Yeah.
So, the fast right-hander, some like to downshift to 4th, some like to stay in 5th. I think braking just before the 50-metre board, before rear-ending upon Evil and taking them out of the race. I'm sure drivers won't be doing that on their actual lap. Piero taking it to the escape road and deciding he wants to take the escape road again. I think these guys are just having a bit of fun. Where is Aston? Does anyone know where Aston's gone through? I've got to. I'm going to leave it on the timer screen. But if you let me know when Aston joins back.
It's not here yet. Just lost thunder. Should we start the race as soon as Aston's here so he doesn't lag out?
Is that him joining back? No. Alright, we'll give it a few more minutes and then we'll have to start without him, I'm afraid.
He's restarting the Wi-Fi. Okay.
Okay, we'll see how long the restart of the Wi-Fi takes,
really
but
want to try the Honda.
in the meantime...
When are we racing in the old Group 2 cars?
I was just about to say that. Next week is the first time we'll be racing in the 2008 Group 2 cars. We've got Alsace and Suzuka.
Should I take it out for a spin? With the Lexus.
Sure.
Sounds really nice. Sounds so nice.
Where are you? Here you are. Yeah, this is the old Lexus that some drivers might opt to choose for next season. We'll have to wait and see what cars they all pick. But yeah, this is one of the 2008 cars that's going to be used. This is the Lexus. Hello Isaac in the chat. Dan as well. Dan saying he likes Alsace and Suzuka. I expect good results, my friend. But I think the Lexus, probably one of the better sounding cars. Nice drift from Cryptech through turn 3. Aston said he's going to be here in 1 second, so we should be starting the race anytime soon, hopefully. Isaac said he's using the Lexus. Very nice car indeed. Lexus probably my personal favourite out of the 3. So it just sounds such a nice car,
Yeah,
even from the cockpit.
So fun to drive.
So Aston has joined the lobby and will be starting in 6th place. Just while everyone's doing that, I'm going to just get the race results back up again, because there seems to be some words being said in the chat So to any of our younger viewers, just be wary. Unfortunately, we can't turn it off.
Where's my
And,
drifter stream?
oh, okay. Where are you?
What's...
Oh, you're in the pits.
Oh yeah, no, I was just looking back. The other two I did.
Okay, we're not starting the race yet. We need to get Aston in his correct grid position. Oh, he's already in the grid position. So unless you want to start Cryptech, I would and ready.
Oh yeah.
Because let's put in my famous message. We are starting soon. Followed by ready, just to double check and make sure everyone's here. Not like anyone responds, but it's worth a try. Let's double check. We've got 14 on the grid. I'm going to triple check to see if we've got the correct starting 14.
Lot of heat off track. Let's hope they don't bring that into the race, but I actually kind of do it.
I believe this is the correct one. According to Dan, yeah, PG friendly stream, PG friendly stream. Okay, we're all ready to go. So we can start the feature race, where all the points are up for grabs. I'm actually going to check the settings, I've only done that once. 26 laps, same weather, tyre wears up to times 5, and 100 seconds race finish delay, so everyone has the chance to finish. No, we don't want to go there, we want to go here. 3, 2, 1, let's do this! We will be starting in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds,
Yeah.
to get this race underway. Thank you to the 12 people currently watching.
So much lobbies.
Yeah, so many lobbies.
Here we go!
It's like during the Red Bull event, I had to save one of the settings, and on stream, I had all my other lobby settings, so everyone could see what I've been testing during the break.
Fire your engines! Because we're going to race.
Would you like to do the 5 red lights?
Alright then.
I'll give you the privilege.
Do no lights. Oh, I got a massive cursor on my screen.
We have, there we go.
Alright, 1, 3, 4, 5 red lights! And away we go! Darcy's drifting his rear tyres. He's got a really poor start. Now Bonnie is going to go wheel to wheel down towards turn 1. And here we go. Bonnie down the inside of Dutchy. And he makes the move. Dutchy's lost the position as someone's got really wide. There's a BC Mart off track. And couldn't really see much.
It's 3 wide between Dan Schneider, Pierre as well getting involved, Manuel and Finn battling as well. Dan Schneider to the inside, Tiger being forced wide. It's 3 wide between Wiggly, I think Thunder as well. Dan and Finn going side by side as Bonnie leads the way with his teammate closing in behind. Dan Schneider to the inside of Piero. The battle for 6th place gets the move done on Finn. He's going to try and hold it around the outside. Tim's wide onto the AstroTurf and concedes 5th position.
Tiger's dropped down to 10th.
Here goes Dutchy going for a move for the lead on his teammate to the inside. Bonnie might try the switch back, or he's going to give the position up to his teammate. There's a battle here between Piero and Dan Schneider for 6th place. The 2 Hondas going wheel to wheel. There's a lot of door banging between the Dutchman and the Frenchman, but Piero's going to try and hold it around the outside, but Dan with the inside line gets the move done. That looks like
Toussaint on Rick Hole. And Rick Hole tries to hold it around the outside, and now he's going to have the inside to the last corner. So he's got to be careful with the traction because it's atrocious, and he does.
Toussaint, having taken the wider line, will get a good run down towards turn 1. Tiger's dropped all the way down to 9th place as there goes Aster, Thunder and Webson's going wheel to wheel the battle for 12th place, and Manuel not getting off to the best of starts down in 14th place, but Toussaint is tucked really closely behind in the slipstream of Rick Holt. Might he go for a move into turn 1? He's really late on the brakes. Can he get the move done?
Dutchy goes a bit wide as well, and now Bonnie gains some time on him. And then this is actually really close racing between Dutchy and Bonnie, the 2 Jared Racing Terradata racing.
And Bonnie was saying before the race how he didn't have much pace going into this one, but he's battling away with Dutchy, 2-time GT Sport champion.
Mind games.
So yeah, the psychological advantage and the moral high ground seems to be the tactics as Tim and Dan Schneider both run wide. That's going to leave Dan vulnerable to Piero, who's got a really good run on the Dutch driver, going into one of the most opportunistic braking points, as Finn looked to be a lot later on the brakes than Piero. Thought he was going to send one for a second. Dan going a little bit too deep though there. That was Piero to go for a move over the curb up into 6th place. Might leave Dan vulnerable to Finn, but it looks like he's going to keep the position for now. Piero on the outside. Dan doesn't decide to send one again.
Yeah, it's getting really close between Piero down side and Finn, and Finn's making up good positions. He's had a poor race, poor sprint race, because I think he made a contact and spun. And here's now Bonnie gaining on Dutchy. No team orders yet, and I think we are going to see some racing, because we're just going to lose.
Oh, there's team orders. No!
Race!
No, go for it.
Come on, Bonnie.
Send one! It doesn't decide to send one in the end. It's going to leave himself vulnerable to 2 Saint though.
Dutchy keeps going wide at turn 1.
They don't get a move on. Tim getting a little bit out of shape, but nothing too major. Is able to keep it all on the track, as I don't think anyone's close enough to go for any moves into turn 1.
Webster's lost the rear after the exit turn 1, but managed to hold down the barriers.
So Aston is the only one on the soft compound tyres. Everyone else on mediums.
Yes, but that diverse in tyres. That's there.
Let's have a look.
Closing off on Piero now. Piero started 3rd, now dropped to 6th. Dutchy Saint is up into 3rd. Looking to attack One Eagle. Bomino Tiger is down at 9th.
Yeah, didn't get off to the best of starts. And well, who's gonna untie the shoelace first? Interrogator. Will Bonnie try and overtake Dutchy to try and secure a good result? Because at the minute, staying behind is leaving himself vulnerable to 2 Saint, who is quite a big fan of this track. One of, not, I wouldn't say one of his favourites, but definitely prefers it more than some of the others. Bonnie gaining on Dutchy. Will we see a move for the lead?
Just Bonnie trying to bump Dutchy and give him a bit more speed. He's lifting off, trying to make sure he doesn't outbreak himself into the rear of Dutchy. And I think he's just trying to give Dutchy, he's just trying to play the wingman here, trying to hold off 2 Saint as much as he can and let Dutchy push.
Tim getting the move done on Rick Holt, going into turn 1 down the inside. Seems to be a classic move for him in this race. Got onto the curb on the exit of turn 3, might pick up a 5/10 penalty. I think he got away with that one, but the front 3, well, Tim's now joined the front 3 closer, well, a bit more closer, 8/10 behind. But it's going to be interesting if Bonnie can keep up with Dutchy and keep 2 Saint behind. It's almost like a Mercedes Red Bull kind of tactic going on here, with Bottas trying to defend Hamilton. Bonnie looking to send one on Dutchy. Wasn't expecting that.
Oh yeah, had a massive thud.
Oh, have we got any overtakes towards the back of the grid? It doesn't appear to be like it. 2 Saint looking for one on Bonnie. Bonnie running a little bit wide, leaving the door open. 2 Saint might try and send one here into the final corner, but he's going to be smarter about this. He's going to try and get a good run through the final corner. He knows if he can get a good exit, he's got a good chance of getting past into turn 1, but it looks like Bonnie's got the more superior traction going out the final corner. You can see the delta to Dutchy going down and the delta to 2 Saint going up slightly as they come across the line to start lap 5 out of 26.
And Finn's losing the straight line speed on straights. Just remove from the holding engine, but in corners, it gains quite a lot of time.
Got
Closing
lots.
up on Dan Snyder and Piero. It's actually really close between the top 6.
Yeah, you could even say that between the top 9, all separate by 5 seconds, so 5/10 average between every driver in the top 10. Lots of action happening in the chat. Sorry that I'm missing it all, just trying to see all the action out on track as Dan Schneider getting close to the back of Piero. Battle for 5th place. Actually, Piero gaining quite a bit on Rick Holt here. Tom saying that Group B is much better because they know all the strategies advanced without having to check. I'm sure these guys know what they're doing. It might not look like it sometimes, but Dutchy making a 3-stop work last week. Tom has done lots of practice for this. There's 2 Toms in the chat. There's Tom the Bomb and another Tom. Dan as well in the chat. Sorry for not reading all the messages. looking at the battle for the lead, and Tim's now gapping Rick Holt more than the gap is between him and Toussaint. Now these guys had a little bit of what's the word you would use? It was a something battle last. I would say competitive, aggressive is a good word. Aggressive battle in the sprint race, and might be reunited here in the feature race.
Yeah, and Bonnie's still holding on to Toussaint. I was reading the chat, I wasn't paying any attention. But Bonnie, Bonnie again, Dutch gets really close into turn one.
It looks like they're taking different lines, and I'd say Dutchie's is appearing to be more. Well, it gains initial traction, but then Bonnie, I don't know if it's the slipstream, but seems to gain it back in the second half of the mini straight on the exit. But we've still got this battle forming, technically for the lead, but I'd say the biggest gap between Rick Holt and Tim is where the two trains separate. Tiger stuck behind these guys in 9th place, might be trying to conserve his fuel and tyres. The fuel won't make it to the end here, so they will need to pit, but whether they pit for softs or stay on mediums, it's completely up to them.
To catch up to their train for the Dutchy train.
It's not the first time we've seen a Dutchy train.
Yeah.
But
we have contact between Rick Holt and Piero. It's getting so close between these two. They will be moved down into turn one, I'm hoping.
Speaking of moves, almost one for second place. It looks like Toussaint might have rear-ended Bonnie going into that left-hander. Losing my voice here.
So I'm just broke with it, but I changed my camera straight away. You can really see. That's yeah. Here is the long train for 5th. Gap between 5th and 4th is most gaps.
Yeah, definitely. Here goes Tiger. Might be looking for a move on Finn. It didn't look like the front guys were close enough when I was spectating them. Here goes Piero for a move on Rick Holt. Dan Schneider might try and make this through wide. Dan Schneider going to try and follow Piero through. Rick Holt and down, the two teammates colliding a little bit. No, lot of contact though. Piero and Dan now going wheel to wheel. A little bit squeezing and door banging. What's going on here? I'm not sure Piero knew Dan was there on the inside. Outside even, squeezing him onto the grass, but that Piero stays up into 5th place. Almost massive crush there. That could have ended in a catastrophe as Tiger's now gained 2 positions and it's gone from 9th to 7th, capitalising on this battle. Rick Holt going to try the switchback move on Tiger. He's going to try and get a good run. Let's ride on board with him. See if he makes any moves, if any cars ahead go for any moves. Oh, Rick Holt's late on the brakes! Getting an on-board shot of that. Looked like he was going into the back seat of that Nissan.
Yeah, and Finn has the outside. Oh, no, never mind, just too late to make a move. And it's getting really tight between these two, but more importantly, Tiger's losing a lot of time to the front runners.
Yeah, he's losing time, but has set the fastest lap of the race. Here, Dan defending the inside. I saw there Toussaint was getting close to Bonnie as well, going through the final sector, but it looks like Tiger hasn't got the best of runs compared to Dan Schneider. Is now gaining back the time in the slipstream, just temporarily going back out front. Toussaint saving fuel, I think. I mean, he's losing time in the slipstream. Here goes Bonnie. I thought he was going to go for a move on his teammate, but looking back towards these guys, Dan Schneider and Piero, Finn in the background as well.
Goes a bit wider. Do you want to go into the green astroturf? Push them on, almost push them off to the green astroturf. That would be dangerous.
Finn and Rick Holt going wheel to wheel as Tiger slots into 6th place. Rick Holt on the inside of Finn. They're going to go wheel to wheel through turn 3, and Rick Holt's able to come out on top in that battle. Aston making his way past Wiggly as well. Dan Schneider defending the inside line from Tiger, might leave him vulnerable going into the hairpin. Let's see what Piero has to say about that. Tiger getting a little bit loose on the rear, trying to get the traction down as early as possible. Here goes Piero though. All the Frenchmen send it down on Tiger and try and upset things here. Tiger's going to try and send one on Dan Schneider. Finn going for a move on Rick Holt as well.
Really brave.
Dan's...
he sends Dan Schneider's gone a bit wide and he's made a bit of contact with Finn. He's just trying to keep the rears, and the rears are just
2 by 2 with Piero, Dan, 3 wide, Finn. Rick Holt on the inside. Finn now is gifted the inside line. Dan's going to try and follow it through on his teammate. There's a little bit of contact there.
4 positions in just 3 corners.
And Rick Holt finds his way up into I don't know if it's up into 8th place or if Darren Schneider's just lost out massively here. But from Moritz Tiger up into 5th place.
He can push as much as he wants.
But that's the issue. He has too much clean air. He's got 6 seconds to Tim in front, and he's got a rapidly gaining Piero down the start-finish straight with slipstream. You can see they're going into turn 1. Two Saints still slotting in behind Bonnie. Piero lifting off, but that's going to allow Finn to send one down the inside. Piero's left himself vulnerable, not going for that move, and has then overall costed him a position down into turn 1. And there are people who are quite far.
I'm not sure why Piero lifted off there. He should have went for a move. He had the speed, but lifted off, but that cost him.
Here goes Bonnie and Two Saints. Sorry, Bonnie defending the inside line. Two Saints going to try the switchback move, and a beautiful switchback move. That was sublime racing, but that gives Bonnie the inside line. They're going to go wheel to wheel into the hairpin. Bryce is going to give Bonnie the inside, but Two Saints going to have the outside for the second phase of the hairpin. Here we go. Two Saints going to try and swoop it around the outside into the 45-mile-per-hour corner and get the move done up into second place. Looking back down to 5th.
Catched up to this battle.
No moves being made in the battle for 5th. 6.5 seconds separate Tiger and Atim.
Yeah, and getting close here for second place. Actually, not extended like it usually does, like by 5 or 6 seconds or 7 seconds. But Bonnie got to that green AstroTurf, and I was just looking at his rear tyres, and I was expecting a save or a half spin, but managed to keep that on the track well.
Yeah, just some people in the chat asking about the wet races this season. The first time we've had a wet race will be at round 7 and round 12 at the Red Bull Ring and Tokyo Expressway. What tyres will be available? Inters or wets? It's your call. I will give you the time of day.
Finn goes down the inside on Tiger. Oh, there's a bit of contact. There's a lot of contact. And now Pierre has been caught up to this as well, and more contact. And is Finn going to send it on Tiger? He's just trying to hold around the outside. Yeah, there was a lot of contact down into turn 1. Finn was hugged onto the curb.
Will he decide to send one? Doesn't decide to. Rick Holt looking for a move on Piero. But yeah, just to confirm, it's inters or wets. I will give you the time of day for that, seeing as we haven't done a wet race before, and the wet weather, like the conditions change between the time of day. But looking back at the battle for 5th place, Tiger defends the inside line from Finn. Piero might try and follow Tiger through, but wasn't quite close enough there. Piero with a 5/10 penalty. Rick Holt and Dan getting close together. They're actually going wheel to wheel now. The two teammates down on the inside. Will be the inside for Rick Holt going into the left-hander. I think it's turn 13. That's just a total guess.
Tim almost went for a move down the inside on the last corner there. Couldn't come close enough.
Here we go. Two Saints gaining on Dutchy. I think 4/10 going round the final corner is a good gap to get yourself as Tiger's pulling off over to the right hand side. I don't think he's coming into the pits. Just to break the slipstream. Finn doesn't follow.
Faster by 2-3 tenths each lap.
Here goes Piero on Finn to the inside. Tiger's going to block Piero from securing the move. Nothing bad on Tiger's end, but almost helping Finn out. As if these two now going to go wheel to wheel, gives Finn the inside line for turn 3. Can he pull it off? Will Piero try and hold it around the outside? But the German on the inside has the better run, the better line, makes it through up into 6th place. Somehow driving that Honda amazingly.
Yeah, it's a tricky car to handle, but if you see your driver's style and you know how to handle it, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, just like the Ferrari and Lamborghini in Group 3.
I love the Ferrari.
Most people would say horrible cars to drive. But if it suits your driving style, if you learn how to drive it, it's beautiful. As Piero's trying to send a beautiful one down the inside, but it's not quite that spectacular. As his contact, he's drifting, he's perpendicular to the racing line, and has dropped himself down to 9th place. Here goes Darren Schneider, capitalising on Rick Holt, trying to take avoiding action here. The two teammates going wheel to wheel. Promotes Dan up into 7th place. Demotes Piero down to 9th.
Yeah, so I'm so lucky to hold that half spin now, but this is the thing now, the tyres are coming to 50% wear, and this mediums are losing a lot of grip.
This is where we might see soft tyres being engaged. Here goes Bonnie trying to look for a move, not quite close enough, but you can just see it there. Tim is able to brake a lot later going into turn 1. it might not be that much, but it's quite evident how much he was gaining in on Bonnie in the braking zone there.
Yeah.
But where is Piero? Piero's actually into the pits.
Oh yeah, Piero's into the pits, and
so I mean, this is
softs, I think.
This is what I was saying.
Try the undercut. It's going to be a big undercut.
It's going to be the biggest of undercuts, but it's like I was saying in Lago Maggiore, if the softs can go to the end comfortably, then why do these extra lap of mediums?
It's a good move Piero's built because he was close to the top 4, no, top 5, 7. What was it like? 6 around. And now he's got that fresh air. The half tank. Yeah, he's got half tank and fresh softs, clean air. He's going to push like crazy, and I think he's going to jump 2 or 3 positions. Yeah, I
think the guys around might try and see what he's playing there, because these guys are staying out.
Going wheel to wheel. Thunder's going to hold the inside line. He's going to brake. Manual brakes really late. Thunder a bit earlier, and he leaves the room.
Thunder gets up into 11th place. Dutch extends his gap to 7/10. Toussaint extending his to Bonnie, and that's going to put Bonnie under pressure from Tim at the minute. Tiger's gapped Finn behind. He's got Dan Schneider right behind him. But when these guys pit, they're going to put in less fuel.
No, he stays out.
No, he's pitting. So Tiger reacting to Piero, hits the wall. No damage, thankfully. But it's the undercut from Tiger. He's going to put the soft compound tyres on, I'd imagine, and they're putting less fuel than everyone else around them, because this is. I would pit now.
Yeah, because Piero, he's the one out there, and they want to defend the Piero undercut.
All these guys are going to be putting in more fuel, or possibly more fuel. It depends. It kind of equals itself out, because the more they burn, but the less laps.
Will half the tank go to the end?
Possibly. How much fuel's Piero putting? Where is Piero? He's in 12. Piero's got half a tank, so yeah, I think half a tank would do it. But he's jumped Tiger.
Piero, 5 seconds quicker.
Look at that jump. 3.7 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
He wasn't miles behind, but he crashed the lap before. He went off at the hairpin. So the undercut. Who's going to pull the trigger out of the top 2? Bonnie and Tim as well. Finn battling with Dan Schneider. So note for any Group B drivers watching. The undercut seems to be quite powerful. Toussaint is a lot closer to Dutchy than he's ever been before. I think Toussaint's going to pit if Dutchy stays out. Never mind.
No.
Will Tim pit? Tim's actually got ahead of Bonnie.
Oh yeah.
Is there going to be... My replay's not working.
Bonnie's had a really poor last lap. It's on the day 1, 2.
No. It's people coming into the pits. Dan scraping the wall.
Luckily no damage.
Just bear with me 2 seconds, guys. My replay feature's not working.
Let's see here Piero will jump, and Tiger was in the pits a few laps ago.
Where is Piero? They're changing all over the place. Piero's down the start finish straight, and has he jumped them all?
Tiger 3.7 seconds.
He's jumped them all.
Yeah.
So Dan and Manuel.
He's done the fastest last lap.
Finn's still in the pits.
I think it was around 5 seconds quicker than his previous lap. And he's even faster now. So
front 2.
Undercut. It's crazy.
Yeah, the front 2 going at it. Toussaint getting so close to the back of Dutchy. I'm not sure if Tiger's releasing his plan to his team, or kind of not his plan, but they need to pit. They need to pit.
Yeah, they do, because Piero's coming in.
I mean, if they all pit,
it's coming in it's coming in. It's coming in fast.
If they all pit at the same time, it's going to be a bit lame, because we won't see any undercuts. I think Dutchy's going to stay out. They all stay out. Toussaint's staying out. Is Tim going to pit? Dutchy pits! Oh no, he doesn't pit. He stays out.
What was that?
I think that's to break that slipstream, because here we go. Toussaint's closest as he's ever been. But he's
almost had to avoid an animal. He just switched up to the right. It's so fast.
Anyone else coming into the pits? Rick Holt coming into the pits really stays out. Aston stays out on his soft tyres as well. Oh, Dutchy's made a little bit of a mistake. Here goes Toussaint. He's now a 10th behind, but I think Toussaint's saving fuel for the pit stop. Stop saving! Dutchy's now got himself a penalty. Pit. Do the undercut. It will work. I promise you guys. I know you're probably not watching and you can't hear me.
I think they will extend, let their sauce wear out a bit more, because they know if they pit right now, they will get undercut, and then they'll just be caught in traffic.
They might be vulnerable to the end of the race, but that might be the risk you have to take. It's not the easiest, but not the hardest track to overtake on. It's kind of like, well, it's like Fuji, but it's like. I don't know, in this GT cars it's hard to compare it to like an F1 track or something, but I'm trying to think of a track where there's only a few overtaking opportunities, kind of like Spa. It's rare you see overtakes in the middle sector, but it's possible.
It's just something to look on.
Yeah, you've pretty much got the Kemmel Straight as the start-finish straight, the hairpin is the bus stop at this track, and the rest is the rest. Anyway, who's going to come into the pits? We're going to ride on board with Tim, just so we get a clear shot of anyone who's going to dart over to the right. No one's darting over to the right. Dutchy does! Oh! Did he hit the wall? Tim's also into the pits.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, Toussaint stays out, and this has to be the lap of Toussaint's life now. But I'm sure he will be undercut.
Yeah, Wiggly also going into the pits. Aston follows them in. This will be for mediums. See when
Piero comes out. Piero.
Oh yeah, Piero. He's down the start. He could be in the lead.
He jumps all of them. Good.
Here we go.
He's jumped all of them.
He's jumped them all. Oh no, hang on.
What?
Hang on, Dutchy's coming out the pits. There he is, riding on board. He's just come out right behind.
Oh.
Tim and Dutchy going wheel to wheel into turn one. Dutchy's running a little. Sorry, Tim's running a little bit wide. But look how much time Piero's gained.
Yeah. And it's a good call from Piero too, because he could not gain any positions from overtaking. His tyres were done, so doing the undercut helped him majorly.
And he's kept that gap to Tiger consistent.
Yeah. He was doing 130s. He was only a 10th difference in
Tiger though.
each lap.
Yeah, Tiger has the fastest lap. We'll be getting an extra point. Normal points in this race for the feature race. 30 points for a win, 24 for 4th, and 21 for 3rd. The rest go by 18.
That pit gap dropped from 22 to 29. No, 29 to 22.
I don't think Toussaint's going to come out in the top 4 here.
Yeah.
When he pits, it's going to be really close, I think, between him and Piero. Tiger made a mistake.
Slow to the pits compared to the others.
Tiger's got Bonnie under pressure. That could be why he was losing a little bit of time. So Bonnie has actually come up behind. I think Toussaint's going to come up behind Tiger, or just in front. I think it's going to be close between those guys, because Bonnie's come up behind. Bonnie was only a second behind Toussaint, and he's now putting Tiger under pressure down the start-finish straight. It's Nissan versus Nissan, green and black versus blue and black.
Oh, Tiger Piero going wheel to wheel. No, Tiger Bonnie going wheel to wheel now. The Toussaint's jumped Tiger and Bonnie.
So he's
down
actually.
Here goes Bonnie.
Oh, but was that a bit
Bonnie
too late from Bonnie? Tiger's going to get the switchback, not the slipstream. So Toussaint has lost 2 positions to Bonnie.
Playing with
sets
fire
a purple sector.
Here. Touching the green AstroTurf a bit too much.
So Toussaint has lost 3 seconds to Dutchy. Dutchy with a lot more fuel than Tim.
Look at the fuel. Piero's gained. Piero's used a fifth of his fuel.
Ooh, can he
more
make
than
that?
the others.
But he's purple in the middle sector. Has the fastest lap.
Yeah.
Can he make that to the end?
Piero will go for the 2-stop.
It's going to be an interesting one, because if he pits, it's about 23 seconds. So he's going to come out ahead of Aston.
Ahead of Aston, yeah.
Or around Aston. Let's have a look. It looks like the 2 teammates are still battling away, Dan and Rick Holt. But it looks like Dutchy's gapping Tim. It might be another Dutch victory.
Yeah.
We've got Bonnie and Tiger going small slipstreaming down the start finish straight. Are these 2 working together? Cross teaming?
They all have Black Country Racing on there.
Send an investigation into the FIA.
Corruption. And yeah.
Send that one to Michael Massey. 2 different teams working together.
Cross teaming. But yeah, I would like to see battles, not help.
So if anyone is watching and you're engineering a driver in this race, tell them to race. We've got 2 drivers going close to going into turn 1. That's Aston and Manuel, the battle for 12th place. Points are points, and you get points for finishing in 14th, but you don't get points if you disconnect.
She's just done the fastest lap, just realised 29.6.
Yeah, he's done the fastest lap, but he's lost time to Tim. He's lost about 3/10 on this lap.
Yeah.
Gaining a bit of it back through the middle sector. What can Tim do? Can he win his first race of the season and stop this Dutch winning streak? Technically, Dutchy has won all of the races this season, including the sprint. So we're going to have to give him some sort of time penalty for the next race. Toussaint gaining now on the back of Piero to try and find his way back to the podium.
Not weaving from Dutchy. She's trying to break the slipstream as much as he can here. He do needs a bit of momentum. Going left and right.
Piero pits. Piero is into the pits.
Piero is in pits again.
So that's a 2-stop in a 40-minute race.
He doesn't want to lose any more time, I think. Well, he's done a 30.1 on his previous lap.
Yeah, I don't think he had enough fuel. Is he changing tyres?
He's going to go in the mediums.
He's not changing tyres. I don't think he's put enough fuel in.
Yes, changed tyres.
Oh, no, he did change tyres, sorry.
Yeah.
And he has come out ahead of Aston, like we suspected.
He just puts a teeny bit of ammo of fuel.
So with 7 laps to go, can he gain the... Where is he now? 10th. Can he gain the 20 seconds back? I think it's going to be...
Front runners do have a lot of wear.
That's going to be at least 3 seconds a lap. Plus overtaking.
Yeah, not sure from Piero, but if he
4
can...
seconds, if anything.
Pull this off, it'll be a miracle.
Tim with the new fastest lap of the race, beating Dutchy by 300.
He goes really wide onto the grass. He's done a half spin. Goes really wide, and then there's time it through. Bonnie.
Oh, sorry. We'll get a No, it's not working. No. Oh, so sorry, guys, but we're not gonna get. Let me unplug my keyboard and plug it back in. Sorry about the black box in the top left telling me that I've disconnected my keyboard. Let me reconnect it. Keyboard on. But here we go. Bonnie is gonna. Yeah, unfortunately, but hopefully we can get another one. Here we go. Bonnie now pushing Tiger down the start finish straight. We got more teaming, and we can't commentate on this. Can't commentate on 2 teams pushing each other through turn 1. Bonnie might be trying to save it for the final lap. We never know.
Yeah, not sure, but Bonnie's got a lot more pace, and I'm sure he just wants to get in front. It's not really what we see from Bonnie. He just goes for the move.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
And just working out quickly, Dutchy and Bonnie are scoring more.
Yeah.
Bonnie and Dutchy are scoring more points in constructors than Tiger and Toussaint being in 1st and 5th. 3rd and 4th, but that could change if Bonnie decides to go for a move down the inside. Later on the brakes.
Bonnie goes really wide.
And Bonnie probably thinking to himself he should have sent that. Replay still not working. I'm pressing the correct keys, but it's not working. Dutchy with a 7/10 penalty. Tim 1.4 seconds behind. Toussaint 1.8 seconds behind. Tiger holds 6.5 seconds behind his teammate. I think these are the closest battles. We do have the Dan Schneider and Rick Holt, who are 2 teammates who like to have a battle on track.
Yeah, and Dutchy's still breaking his slipstream, going left, right. Because he knows when you gain a slipstream in this speed straight, it's OP, it's very powerful. He just doesn't want...
We could have a change of positions here for 7th place. Dan Schneider gaining on Rick Holt down the start finish straight. Are these 2 working together? Oh, they're working together! Oh. They're working together to try and close down the gap to Finn. We're not going to see a move from Dan Schneider. It's kind of like the 2 Mercedes in F1. Hopefully we get to see some racing in the final few laps. I'm going to guess it's going to be between Tiger and Bonnie. If we do get some racing...
This needs to look into.
Yeah, Michael Massey.
Go FIA mode.
Yeah, head steward. Oh, that head steward's Dutchy, so we can't. We have to get some new stewards in for that.
A move. Tell your former teammate to send it.
Dive bomb. Dive bomb if you have to, as long as it's clean.
Yeah. and keep an eye on these two. Let's see if there's more extra speed bump in or an actual move. Our viewers are getting bored.
I reckon we'll see a move on the penultimate lap. I don't think Bonnie's going to want to lose, or he's going to want to gain more points in constructors. That's Tiger losing the rear. Bonnie might try and take this opportunity to send it, but I think he's going to try and wait for the start finish straight into turn 1. If we do see anything, let's ride on board and hope that we see a move into turn 1.
Come on, turn right.
Slipstream, pull out. Pull out. He's pulled out. Then I'll go wheel to wheel down the start finish straight. Got a battle for 4th place. Bonnie's going to pull over to the inside. Is on the inside. Is he going to be ahead going in? Is ahead going into the corner. Is ahead leaving the corner. And that's a move for 4th place. Bonnie now ahead of Tiger. Are we going to see any moves for 7th place? No, we're not. The battle between Rick Holt and Finn is 4.2 seconds. I'm not sure they're going to close the gap in 4 laps. Piero, though, he hasn't gained any time on the leaders. It's still that 25-second mark.
He could have sacrificed a bit of pace and maybe save fuel.
I don't think he put in enough fuel at the end when he pitted initially, but because I think the fuel here, I think we have about 18 laps, because the sprint race was 14 laps or 15 laps and they had enough fuel, and I think that's the way I kind of tested this season to be. Make it even more diverse in the strategy.
Yeah.
It's enough fuel so you either put in all of it in your first pit stop and none in the second, or none in the first and all in the second. Toussaint now 1.3 seconds behind Tim. Will we see a potential? I wonder if Tim's doesn't seem to be gaining on Dutchy. Toussaint's not really gaining all that much on Tim. Does have the fastest lap of the race to his name. We'll have to wait and see how that unfolds in the remaining 4 laps. But it looks like Bonnie's gapping Tiger. I know the gap's coming down due to the slipstream, but it was 6/10 going into the final corner. Tiger looked to the inside, but I don't think he was close enough.
This is no speed bumping.
To send one, yeah. No speed bump, no...
He's downsided now on his teammate, Rick Holt. The teammates? Yeah, they are teammates.
Yeah, they are teammates.
Oh, doesn't get the dash turf, and he's got the half spin the other way and the other way. That was close. Oh, it looks like he's just fully lost it there in the stream.
It was able to recover it well. Meanwhile, up front, the gaps are fairly consistent. Closest battle between Tiger and Bonnie. Battle for 4th place. Is he going to send one? Doesn't appear to send one there. I think they're being a bit more cautious after the first race. I think a few words are going to be said back in the PlayStation parties. Definitely on their personal streams as well. Bonnie drifting through the final sector.
Drifting, and spread rear right tyre. It's blinking red, saying stop it, don't do that.
As the map makes it look like we have a nice battle for 7th place. We do, to be fair. Dan Schneider is a little bit behind Rick Holt, but has a rapidly gaining Piero behind. Someone who has someone rapidly gaining on them is Bonnie, who has to deal with Tiger going into turn 1. But thankfully there's no dive bomb going into the apex. Tiger settles in behind for now. I think he's going to wait for lap 25.
Yeah, top 3 still separate as they were a few laps now. And none of them making a mistake yet.
Yeah, it's
imagine Dutchy going on the AstroTurf and spinning. What scenes?
Yeah, I think we've reached a bit of a lull in this race.
Yeah, we have, to be fair. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
It's lap 24 out of 26. Gives us 3 laps.
It's been a spin!
Who's lost it? Who's lost it? There's someone off in the final sector. It's Webson's off into the gravel saying hello to one of the marshals. I thought that was one of the leaders there. I went down to spectate Tim, and I thought Dutch had lost it.
Poor guy already suffered enough.
Wow, so there we go. That might be quicker than Two Saints Low in Brazil in the Premier Series. We'll have
that was instant.
I think Two Saints one was 8 seconds. This one was a little bit longer. Webson, so hopefully we'll.
2 seconds.
Interesting way to park it. You can see the cameraman taking pictures of the stranded Lexus there. But Two Saints made a mistake.
Two Saints?
Look at the gap.
Oh yeah. Wait, Two Saints low on fuel. There's red flag blinking.
Yeah, it means he's got 2 laps or so left. We've got 2 laps of the race.
Okay, hopefully it doesn't finish right
Will
before
the L word strike again? It's already had an effect on Webson's. Piero's got up into 8th place. He's going for a move on Rick Hull, the battle for 7th place. Piero on the inside on those fresh softs. Lower fuel gets the move done. It's not going to be enough though to gain back the time he lost in the pit stops. But it's certainly going to be enough to get him up into 7th place. Was leading this race, I think, at one point.
Oh, I had a lot of drifting sound. Never mind, it's just the...
I don't think Two Saints. I think Two Saints running out of fuel. I think he's in a low fuel mix.
He is. But he's got 5.8 seconds to the gap, 5.9 to the front. He's going to conserve as much as he can without losing time. Or well, he will lose time, but without losing the position at least.
Looking at his sector times, he lost a whole second to Tim in the final sector, a second in the middle, 2 seconds in the first. He's got to be losing.
He's not too concerned on gaining time to Tim. He's just concerned on not losing fuel before the finish line.
Dutchy though will start the final lap of the race. Lap 26 out of 26. Can he make it 3 wins from 3, or will the L word strike? As Cryptic reminds everyone what the L word is. So here goes Tiger though. He's not going to be so kind this time, I don't think. He pulls over to the right hand side of the track. They're going to go wheel to wheel. That would have been a dead heat finish had it been the final lap. But it's going to be Tiger now on the inside, on the left of your screen. Can Bonnie try and hold it around the outside? I think Tiger's positioning car, really nice thing to turn on, not allowing Bonnie to get the switchback move. So we're going to have a battle for 4th place. It's all about keeping it clean and consistent here on in to the end of the race. Looking at the radars on the arrows on the map, there's a massive train behind these guys. Will Piero get Ifin? There's 1 second between the two. That's going to be a close battle to watch. Tim is actually gaining time on Dutchy. They got 1 second. Maybe Dutchy might have made a mistake. Tiger's made a mistake, and he's almost lost it. This might give Bonnie the opportunity to send one down the inside. If Tiger doesn't go defensive, will he go defensive? He does go to defensive. Bonnie pulls over to the right hand side of your screen, and we're not getting the best camera angle of this. He's going to try and get the switchback move.
Capitalise on that mistake Tiger did there, and multiple times it's gone right there.
Let's get rid of the UIs as we watch this battle plough on through the final few corners we go. But it's going to be 3 from 3 from this man. Play Dutchy is going to weave, flash his lights, and he's going to win here in Fuji. He's going to take it 3 from 3. Tim and second.
Really close.
Looks like Two Saints going to finish in 3rd place, but who's going to get it between Tiger and Bonnie? Bonnie looks like he's got a good run. Are we going to get another photo finish here? We might get another photo finish here. They're going all the way over to the pit lane, but it's going to be Tiger who secures P4, Bonnie in P5, and Piero's got Finn. Piero's got Finn. But I don't think
Honda has no straight line speed.
Can the Honda get the Nissan across the line? No, he doesn't, and marginally misses out. Someone's run out of fuel. I think that's Rick Holt running out of fuel. Wrigley finishing, and I think that's
really
8th place.
Manuel. Will we see another photo finish here?
We'll have to wait and see.
Oh, no, I almost got to dash turf.
Here goes Manuel, but it looks like he's going to secure his finishing position. And wow, what a race! We need to find the gap between.
Picked up front bumper damage at the end there.
Yeah. Piero and Finn separated by 0.03 seconds. 300 in it. 4 drag races in a row, and we've had 3, well, technically 4 races, but 3 rounds, 4 drag races to the line, and it's Play Dutchy who picks up its 4th win in a row, and is looking to be unstoppable so far. Two Saint though picks up the fastest lap of the race and will take home 22 points, finishing in 3rd place. But your finishing grid from today's race after the sprint race, the first sprint race concept, it's Play Dutchy who wins.
Oh my god.
Followed by Two Saint, Tiger in 4th, Bonnie in 5th, Piero marginally coming out on top over Finn in 7th, Rick Holt in 8th, Wiggly in 9th, and it was actually Dan Schneider who ran out of field in 10th place, Aston beating his teammate in 11th, Manuel separating the two in 12th, Thunder in 13th, and Webson's rounding up the grid in 14th place. But I mean, if we just go to the lap chart real quick, just look at how much it changes at the start of this race. Look at that. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's like a spider's web, apart from Dutchy. Apart from Dutchy, obviously, who's pretty much a flat line. But I mean, just look at this from lap 1. Who is? Hang on. Who is this line? Who? No, sorry. Who's this? Who? Someone here has gone from last. This must be Dutchy or Two Sane. You'll see it on stream. But they've gained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions on lap 1. That might have been Piero, actually. Is it Piero? I'm not too sure. But anyway, what a race. Any final words, Cryptic?
Yeah, wonderful race. And it was really, really fun with the new sprint race format. I tried it, and I think we'll do it again many times in the future.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's see what the drivers think about that. The next sprint race is at Brazil, Interlagos, in the Group 4 cars. Round 8. And then we have one in Group 3 at Spa, I believe. I think Spa will be a very interesting sprint race, considering it's a longer lap. But that will be the end of this race here in Fuji. Round 3 is wrapped up, and 3 wins for Dutchy as well. Fastest lap for Two Saints, securing him an extra point in Constructors, but it's Interrogator who beats BCMR here in Fuji. But that's going to be it from me today. Hope you guys really enjoyed the sprint race concept, and we will see you next week in the older Group 2 cars at Alsace. Goodbye.